Hello, and welcome to Weed and Grub.
We're coming in hot. One of us is coming in hot. Only one, though, it seems. I am the hot one.
I'm coming in like a sloth, you know?
You sliding in?
2 claws, hanging upside down.
Yeah?
Trying to get that blood flow go to my brain. Going to my brain. Maybe we should start again. I'm clearly not ready to record. This is like, we just got baked with our guest, and now we're recording an intro, and I feel great, but I need to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
Okay.
Sit in a chair.
I'm going to sit up straight. I'm going to do my meditation pose that I do in the morning. I put my feet flat on the floor. I put the palms of my hands on my thighs. I put the sacrum right at the back of the chair. And I pretend there's a string from the very top of my head going to the sky.
And it helps you dial it all in?
That is just a great meditation pose for me.
I'll do that too for this episode.
It's like stacking your skeleton, basically.
Oh, yeah,
Like if you think of your sit bones as sort of, like your little cradle for all the rest of your bones to sit in. And then you can just kind of align all of your bones so you're stacked right. But then imagine you have a string from the very top of your head.
Yeah.
That's suspending you so your bones aren't weighing each other down at all.
Whoa.
Doesn't that feel nice?
It does feel really good. I can feel my spine enjoying where it's placed.
Isn't that? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
If you actually think about air between all of your vertebrae.
Okay.
Even though you can't, I don't think we can actually put air in there, but you can put space
Nike's
in there.
trying.
You can think about putting space in there.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Nike? Yeah. There we go.
Cool.
Okay, now I'm ready to record.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to start over. I think everybody's hopefully listening to this with straight spines and big hearts.
Great. I hope so. And breathe.
What up, Mary Jane?
How's it going, Mike?
Really, really well. Welcome to Weed and Grub, everyone. This is a podcast about comedy,
Cannabis,
cooking,
culture,
calling shit out,
and breathing.
and breathing.
Just staying alive. That's what
Yeah.
we're all doing here,
It's about keeping on, keeping on.
Keep it on, breathing through it, breathing around it, breathing when you feel like you can't breathe, taking an extra deep breath then.
I'll tell you what helps me with an extra deep breath.
What's that?
Taking a Chef Nikki edible that sends me into outer space in a wonderful way.
Yes.
That's my meditation that I'm on. So you keep doing your sitting and standing and your feet planting, and I'm going to keep gobbling delicious treats.
I want to hear more about this experience because I sort of looked in on you at one point while you were feeling really like you were on a journey.
Yes. Well, you had finally connected with Chef Nikki in real life at Hall of Flowers.
That's
How was
right.
that?
That was fucking amazing. Chef Nikki was at Hall of Flowers, just talking to all the coolest people, standing around smoking all the best weed, and I was like, "Can I say hi?" And Chef was just the fucking best, as you would expect.
Yeah, and made some delicious madeleines and some delicious Buckeye balls. We talked about it on our Patreon episode, but I wanted to give it a special shout out here because I ate a Buckeye ball and I ate a Madeleine, and it sent me into Deep Space Nine, Deep Space 69, Deep Space 420, whatever number you think is funniest is where I went, and it was wonderful because it was one of those edible highs where I've been carrying around some fucked up shit inside me, and the dose hit me so that I could disappear into my own consciousness and beyond and purge some shit out that I really needed to unclog. And I don't know how else to describe that, so I hope that people understand what I mean, but I just needed to pop some fucking cosmic pimples, and it helped me pop them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to put it. I was thinking as you were saying that it's sort of like putting your brain or your psyche, I guess, into a flotation tank and letting all of the other senses go away so that it's really just you and your consciousness floating in that bath, and you're not worried about what's around you so much. You're just grappling with yourself, right?
Yeah, and I came out of it because I ended up falling into a wonderfully deep sleep that it's those sleeps where you don't know you need it until after you have it, and it's your body's way of saying homie, we are shutting down whether you want to or not.
That's right.
Yep. And I woke up from it feeling great, still on her edible, cooking, keeping on, but also 10 times lighter and way less cloggy.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chef Nikki. We better get into South by Southwest to talk about the future of edibles, because if there is nothing, there is no reason not to talk about at South by how your edibles unclogged my psyche.
That's fucking awesome. Chef Nikki is doing some of the coolest shit in cannabis right now. Like, just
straight up
kicking it at Hall Flowers Ferment, and just hearing about some of the things that she's got going on with the High End Affair, which everyone should follow on IG, because she's just doing like cannabis cuisine at a level that I don't know that anyone else is doing right now. And
I don't know either.
Going to all of the coolest places and doing it with like amazing collaborations and incredible artists. And yeah, it was just, she's great. And her edibles, no joke.
No joke. Delicious.
No joke.
And you know I'm addicted to sugar. So, ooh-wee, let's go.
Fucking fantastic. It was great to like, I feel like when I saw you after you had sort of had that whole experience and that big restorative sleep, you looked a little lighter. You really did. Like,
that's nice
your
to hear.
your face looked, your muscles right here between your eyes and your cheekbones looked a little less, we all hold, I feel like that's where I hold my stuff, is right below my eyes.
Yeah, like you forget to relax your face all
I feel
day.
like, when you look fresh is when like underneath your eyes just looks like relaxed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that like to catch yourself gritting your teeth and you're like, what am I, a horse? Like, relax, buddy.
I just read a tweet from Roxanne Gay that said she was at the dentist and she has discovered, or her dentist has discovered, that she's actually driving her teeth into her gums because she's grinding so hard.
Whoa,
The
yeah.
stress of life. It is no joke. We're fucking all in need of like a restorative edibles experience, I think. Well, those of us who enjoy that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recommend it enough. Also, shout out to LAKEGRADE, because that's what we're smoking for this episode. And so if I'm going to like be restored and feel really good about myself, I should hit a pre-roll that is going to send my mind where, like, I like connecting with you when I'm high.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to describe it.
I love going for a stoned walk, a stoned ramble with you, and like unpacking a bunch of stuff like we did last night. And we went on a walk from here to a place where we were like, well, let's go eat some fish and be healthy. And on the way we got high, and on the way we like unpacked a whole bunch of dumb bits about like Law and Order construction beef was my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I think
fueled by the lemon sour diesel that I was smoking from LAKEGRADE. May I shout that out as well?
I was just going to say, the thing about like Law and Order, because you've got me hooked on it as well, is like how much of our day is spent walking past what is probably clues to murders and we don't even know it.
Definitely crimes all over the place. Unfinished construction sites like the one we walked by last night, and I was joking about there being a foot in a barrel. Half the time.
Half the time there's a foot in that barrel.
50% of the time, any unfinished construction site has a foot in a barrel. I'm
True
telling
that.
you. And that's, and
that's coming straight from Snapple.
That's right. And when you're walking around stoned, you become an automatic sleuth. Like,
Yes, you do.
So shout out LAKEGRADE for making me a real life detective
Looking for feet at construction sites.
on my way to a fish dinner.
Which, speaking of, is black cod fresh water?
Black cod is a saltwater fish.
It's a saltwater fish.
Also known as sable fish. And they're a deeper ocean fish. They're really cool to look at. They don't look like what you, like if you've ever seen like a North Atlantic cod.
No,
They
yeah.
look very different. They're very cool.
Well, because I'd like to take an opportunity to shout out LAKEGRADE for not introducing me, but being directly intertwined with my now all-time favorite type of fish to eat, which is black cod.
Right? Getting stoned and going to that dinner.
What the fuck? It's so good. It's like buttery and fatty.
Yeah.
And we got it plain and simple. Shout out Weight Watchers, down 15 pounds. Team Blue, let's go. And I was like, whoa, I could eat black cod every fucking day.
Yeah, it's truly, it is that warm, rich kind of, it's not fatty, but it's rich.
Rich, that's a good way to describe it, because
It's
I feel like
interesting.
fatty means oily when it comes to fish, and that's not the case
Black
here.
cod is not oily, but it is that kind of mouth melting sort of texture. And it was so perfect to have it just, plain and simple with a side of wilted spinach and some incredible cotton candy squash that I closed my eyes. Thank you, LAKEGRADE. Listen, I was so perfectly stoned and very pleased with myself after our construction
It was a
Law
hot
and Order
bit.
beef bits. Yeah, I was so pleased with us. And then getting perfectly stoned and sitting there for that dinner and then experiencing the cotton candy squash that made me close my eyes and go,
It was from such a deep, real place.
It really
There's
was.
no hyperbole in what she's saying.
no joke.
Yeah, you
You saw
closed
it.
your eyes and moaned about that squash.
Thank God I was facing the like tent wall. I wasn't outward facing. I was smart enough to know that I should like put my face to the corner so that no one would have to watch my stoned fucking ass eat. Because listen, I love to eat, and especially when you're high.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that we did this weekend that I really loved, because you were sort of on your own thing, and I was like, I'm going to go for a big walk and take a 5 milligram edible. And then I just encountered all this new music because I was listening to some great programming on the radio. So super old school.
Cool. That's a nice way to find out what's beating around.
And oh my God, I know it's like been said for millennia, but reconnecting with great music when you're perfectly stoned and walking.
Mm-hmm. So is this a good place for LAKEGRADE to change their tagline? Now, by the way, we got it through Eaze. So if you're interested in LAKEGRADE, you should get it through Eaze as well. It's LAKEGRADE, LAKEGRADE. And their new tagline will make you moan about squash and help you find new music.
That's it.
Yeah.
And there's a link in our link tree for them as well if you're interested.
Absolutely, there is. The Lemon Sour D is bomb. Also, thank you for introducing me to that Andrew Bird song.
It's
tremendous.
It's fucking great. The Andrew Bird's cover of Venus in Furs is fucking blew my mind. It's just, it's great to hear new music for the first time that unfolds in a different way because you're perfectly stoned.
Yeah. Well, because I was on that Chef Nikki tip and you played that Andrew Bird song for me, I fell asleep again. I was like, God damn it. This whole day is a drift away.
That's perfect. That's a major reset.
It is.
That's so nice.
So needed. What's our news this week, Mary Jane?
Oh my gosh. Well, our news presented by OCB is coming to you in a segment called the Grub Gazette. The presented by OCB, which is the largest rolling paper brand in the world, crafted naturally since 1918.
OCB offers a full line of plant to puff papers made with sustainable fibers. Brother, now we traded. Now I'm the sloth and you're on fire.
Should we start our ad read again?
No, I'm
okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
OCB offers a full line of plant to puff papers made with sustainable fibers farmed from within a 310.686 mile radius of their facility in France, which is powered by 100% green energy.
For all of you lovely listeners who know about miles and kilometers, that's 500 kilometers.
I'm an American.
In 2020, OCB rolled out America's first ultra-thin, slow-burning bamboo rolling papers and cones, which are even-burning, no-tear, GMO-free, and vegan.
Not all rolling papers are created equal. OCB offers a premium smoking experience that we call Harmony on High.
That's right, we do.
Yeah, we do.
For OCB wherever you buy your papers and sample the entire line of products. Plus, visit OCBUSA.com and follow OCB on Instagram at OCB_USA.
I love their cones. I love their papers. If you like us, please support the places that support us. It goes such a long way.
Like OCB. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Our story this week, the Grub Gazette, is, I kind of just want to read through it a little bit. It's about civil asset forfeiture, which is a way that the government and law enforcement agencies have used to, quote unquote, combat crime. But I'm going to get into it with this story because it's very crazy. So the headline is, federal authorities cash in on safety box seizures as owners fight back.
Okay.
It's being reported. This is from Yahoo News. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's a story that happened in LA. And it just starts with the story of this married couple, Jenny and Michael. She works at a nonprofit theater and he's a transportation coordinator, and they've been saving up for retirement, right? And so they've been buying little bits and pieces of silver and then putting it into a safe deposit box. And they thought they were fine until news broke earlier this year about a raid at the safety deposit box company. So the government had basically been checking out this safe deposit box business.
Okay.
And they were alleging that the business was conspiring with customers who were renting those safety deposit boxes to sell drugs and launder money.
Ideally, something like I go to my safety deposit box, I put a brick in there, close it, lock it, give somebody else access to it. They come in, take the brick out, put money in, close it, lock it, something like that maybe.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Okay,
it's got to be some sort of version of that.
Some version of that the police were investigating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, armed with a warrant, FBI and Drug Enforcement Administration agents spent 5 days ripping these safety deposit boxes out of the walls and then taking everything that was inside of them.
Oh my God.
So the prosecutors were like, we're within our rights. The FBI and the DEA are within their rights because the boxes contain weapons and drugs. And the final haul was around $86 million worth of assets and cash and everything from these boxes. But this nice couple,
right, who's saving up their silver to have a lovely retirement.
To have a retirement situation, they were like, we're not involved in anything. Also, there was another guy who's highlighted in this story. His name is Joseph Joseph Ruiz. He was an unemployed chef who had a side job selling bongs making from liquor bottles. He had stored up $57,000 in his safety deposit box. And prosecutors argued that he couldn't make enough money to have that much saved up. And so they accused him of being an unlicensed weed dealer.
No.
But he went to court to get his money back and he won. And the government dropped his fucking case after he provided documents that showed his money was legit. And he was like, this was a complete fucking violation of, well, I don't think he said fucking, but his quote is, it was a complete violation of my privacy. They tried to discredit my character, he says.
Yes.
So there were 800 people whose money and property were taken in this March 22nd raid. And 6 months later, the U.S. Attorney's Office hasn't been able to prove criminal wrongdoing by the majority of box holders whose belongings the government is trying to actively keep. And a bunch of people have filed court documents. So this whole crazy story just is highlighting something that you and I were talking about on our walk last night, which is about civil asset forfeiture, which is this sort of crazy situation that I think doesn't get enough attention.
It's a crazy loophole for the cops, it sounds like, where they can just shake anything down
you could
and
just
then
say,
see
like,
what falls from the tree.
You have committed a crime, therefore we're going to come into your home and then we're going to repossess your home. And we're also going to take your car and we're going to take this bag full of cash because we don't know where you fucking got it.
And there's no way you could have that much money to begin with.
You have to prove, like this guy Joseph Ruiz had to prove that money was his. He was the one who, the onus was on him to prove that the money was his. The crazy thing is, civil forfeiture means that you're guilty until you can prove that you're innocent.
Jesus Christ.
No criminal conviction is required. The government only has to show that it's more likely than not that the money or property taken was linked to illegal activity. So it was one way initially, civil asset forfeiture was one way to cripple large scale criminal enterprises by just going in and being like, okay, you're all committing crimes here. We're going to take all of your
You kick
boats
down the
and
back
homes
door of some bar. Right, totally.
But the practice has been widely abused by law enforcement agencies, and people like these people who were just trying to save up for retirement have, had their homes and property taken from them, and then they have to spend fortunes trying to get them back with legal fees.
That's what I was gonna say. For $57,000 that you earned for yourself,
and you put
now
in
you
what
have
you
to
thought
spend,
was the safest place.
It's called a safe deposit box.
Yeah,
and then you have to spend 6 months unsure if you're ever gonna see that money again. And then when you do, they're like, "Oops, sorry. Anyway, here you go."
And have your name dragged through the mud and published. I mean, I'm sure that there's someone who saw his name in the papers and associated with being like a criminal activity, and who the fuck knows? It's insane.
You know how if we don't pay our smog test fee by a certain date, the fee goes up?
Yeah.
Or if you get your license tags, fee goes up?
Yep.
There's got to be some kind of fine for cops where if they make a mistake like this and somebody who is also trying to work and have a life for themselves has to take a half a year to get money back that is rightfully theirs, there needs to be a fine for that.
It would be
for
nice.
those people,
it
right?
Would be, yes. I mean, in a just and fair world, that would happen. But the thing is that when law enforcement agencies are sued, it's the taxpayers who are actually footing the bill. Like when a settlement is awarded to someone because law enforcement did something fucked up to that person, it's not like that cop is on the fucking hook for paying back, to make restitution. The money is coming from taxpayers. So there's really no accountability for these law enforcement agencies to need to act better or to put in any safeguards to make sure that this isn't happening to innocent civilians. So I just want to read the American Civil Liberties Union quote, which says, today, aided by deeply flawed federal and state laws, many police departments use forfeiture to benefit their bottom lines, making seizures motivated by profit rather than crime fighting. They're actually saying that this is a money-making ploy by law enforcement divisions. It's a pretty strong statement. So it's just a really
fucking real
terrible thing that's happening all around the country all of the time. And I just thought that this story here in LA about, people who are just trying to keep their money safe then had it
and also
taken away with just the possible taint of this whiff that you might have been involved in some activity regarding cannabis.
Right.
It's fucked.
I'm so glad that they got back what is rightfully and justly theirs. That shouldn't have happened in the first place. But this is such a great news story, Mary Jane, because the awareness of this is bananas.
They didn't get back what's theirs. There's 65 people who are still fighting this in court. This is an ongoing thing. Some people have gotten it back, but it's crazy.
Okay. Crazy. Very, very, very cool to learn about that. That's huge.
Yeah.
Now I want to get one of his liquor bongs.
Oh, right. Bongs made from liquor bottles. I think that sounds fucking
Get
cool.
one with for Hennessy or something like that.
Let's look them up.
That'd be great. All right, bet. Right on. Well, do you want to get to our buds of the week and then our
my
VIB, our
God.
very important bud?
Is it time?
It can be, or I can do a couple of bits that you may or may not enjoy.
Always down for bits. Let's hear them.
Love a good bit.
Yeah.
I was just remember when we were the other time when we were getting high, and I said, "Hey, you chiefing on the Chiba there to hang
that's
loose?"
right.
And I couldn't remember the bit, but it was something about just making up a slang term and then another slang term for hanging out. To try and feel like you're a part of the crew.
Are you getting high with your friends? And then it was insert different phrase for getting high and a different phrase for friends. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the one you said where I said, "Whoa, okay there, Fade Meister, getting it loose with your hang gang." I thought that was really good.
Yeah, Fade Meister, getting faded with the hang gang. And then there was one that was getting chiefed with the Chiba Chews or something.
With the Chiba crew.
Getting chiefed with the Chiba crew.
Whoa there, getting chiefed with the Chiba crew, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, you getting lit with the
Pussy wagon? I have no idea.
I can't follow that. It's amazing.
It's like a group of friends, right?
Yeah, the Pussy Wagon.
Isn't that?
Totally a good hang for friends.
I would call my friends the Pussy Wagon.
That's a cool crew.
Yeah.
For bowling league?
Fuck yes. That's a fun name.
Yeah, it is.
For a group of cool people who like each other.
Before we get to our VIB, our very important bud, I got a bunch of dates for stand-up coming up that I just want to plug real quick. So if you're in LA, the 30th, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st, and then other times.
Did you just work, the 30th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st? Mm-hmm. You did the 30th and the 3rd and then the 2nd and then the 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I sandwiched them.
The dates were in such a weird order that my brain just did 6. It was like Simone Biles in there for a second, trying to flip around and follow stuff.
But I feel like you remembered it because I screwed it up. Isn't that a lesson?
What a genius lesson. Fuck that shit up so people remember you.
Yeah.
You disruptor of dates.
You remember my OCB copy and how everyone's still thinking about it because I can't read well?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. Carry on.
Also, I'll be in St. Louis on the 7th, which is a Sunday in October.
It's a Thursday.
And it's also a Thursday. And then in Vegas at the end of the month. Come hang out with us at PuffCon on the 2nd if you're in LA. I can't believe I screwed up that one, though. Well, now you remember them all.
Now you remember everything. We'll put links everywhere and always, just hit Mike up on IG. He's doing cool stuff on there. You're a fun follow. You got links. You got a link tree.
And also, you have an article that just dropped. We talked about it on the Patreon, but I want to give it a shout out on here as well because it's a dynamite article for Rolling Stone. You came off of a huge panel at Hall of Flowers, and then immediately after getting back here, your next article drops for RS. Congratulations, Mary Jane.
Thank you. I had a great time. Bobo is having such a good time in this paper bag. That is the rustling that everyone can hear. Bobo the cat. I had a great time at Hall of Flowers. It's just a really cool industry event with a lot of people who are loving what they do. Cannabis. That's it. It's a great time. And
you spoke about earned media versus paid media.
That's right. And our VIB, Adam Mill, was there doing all sorts of cool stuff, and it was great to just catch up with all sorts of industry folks and friends. And then the article is on my Instagram if anyone wants to check it out, about a new company that is manufacturing a sublingual using THC, Delta-9, regular Delta-9 THC sourced from hemp. Very interesting.
It's a really interesting article. I learned a ton about it. And I would really like to try those Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's super fucking interesting. It's a new sort of gray area that has yet to be regulated by the feds because it's hemp. And so under the 28 fart bill. 2028 fart bill. I'm going to stop. Anyway, just go read the article. Real quick. So hemp is under the 28 2018 Farm Bill legal for sale in most states. And so if you manufacture Delta 9 THC from that hemp, technically currently legal. Read the article to find out more.
Very, very, very cool.
Thanks.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And you shout out Adam Ill, who is our guest today, our
That's
VIB,
right.
our very important bud, the highest host.
Wait, we got to do our Buds of the Week
Oh,
first.
snap.
We're giving Adam like false intro after false intro because I just want to get to it because he was such a fun hang.
Yeah, well, would you like to go first or second for Buds of the Week?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My Bud of the Week is Donnell Alexander, who is a fantastic writer, podcaster, artist, creator, fucking cool person, and had tweeted about you saying that you like when you're high and people think of you.
I like when people are on drugs and they reach out to me. It's a
Yeah.
really nice reach out if somebody is like on mushrooms and wants to send love my way because I'm in their thoughts. That is the best feeling in the world.
It's fantastic. And Donnell also wrote to me and just said that that whole conversation that we had about cosmic water wings really hit him right. He was like, that was a neat way to think about something. And I was like, I just like hearing from people like you. Like, he's such a great writer. One of his most recent stories was about getting high and walking around LA for weed maps, and it's just like a great essay about, you know, enjoying life and being present, and it's great.
What's his handle?
Oh, Donny Shell, DONNYSHELL on Instagram.
Awesome. Check it out. My Bud of the Week this week is at The Funny Carmen Morales, a really wonderful comic who I'm doing a show with on Sunday with also Jackie Cation. I think that is October Sunday 3rd. Mary Jane pointed it out. She's a really great comic. We met here in LA when she was working at the Comedy Store, and then we got to go on tour together with the Gateway Show and connect there. And then she ended up moving back home during the pandemic, and now she just booked herself on a cross-country tour. She created it herself, she made it all happen, and she is leaving her parents' home and traveling all the way across the country and then ending up back here in LA, and we're going to do a show together. And nothing can keep you down. Nothing can hold you back. You just got to keep swimming. And I think Carmen is not only a really terrific comic, but someone who works so hard to make her dreams come true. I wanted to make sure she was my Bud of the Week at The Funny Carmen.
What a great lead-in, just energetically too, to someone like our VIB.
Yeah.
Carmen sounds fucking awesome. I can't wait to come and see your show. And that energy of just like believing in yourself and living out your dreams no matter what comes at you.
Right.
Is what Adam's all about.
He really is. The dude works super hard and is kind at the same time.
And no bullshit.
And no fucking bullshit.
No bullshit ever.
Dude has value. Dude
Yeah.
has a code.
He is not going to fucking lie about anything. If he doesn't believe it, he's not going to say it.
No, not at all. And also probably could smoke everyone under the table, but ain't here to flex on that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the remnants of an entire blunt that he smoked while he was hanging with us, and it was fat. It was a fat blunt.
Fuck yeah, it was. This shit was awesome.
Yeah. It smells good in here, too. I got to say. It smells like kind of like spicy cinnamon. Fucking delicious, whatever that was.
Oh, fall blunts?
Yeah. Oh, it's a fall. Yeah. The fall blunts are in the air.
There will be a time at Trader Joe's where you can get your cinnamon broom and your fall blunt.
I hope so.
How nice will that be?
That sounds great. A little pumpkin spice latte and a fall blunt.
Yo,
Boom.
let's go. Hope you all are having a beautiful time. Shall we get to it?
Yes.
Without further ado, here is our interview with
Adam Ill.
Well, we got to start with, because normally at the end of an episode, we're like, what would you like to plug? But one of your plugs just got unplugged. So what the fuck, dude?
Oh, dang, we're going right there?
Yeah, let's do it.
You know, my Instagram got deleted the after Hall of Flowers, like that night, Thursday night.
200K? 200,000?
About, yeah, like it was like 160-ish. But it's not the first one that was over 100,000, and it's probably not going to be the last time it happens either. But, you know.
Do they send you a little like tisk 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 email saying you're naughty and in trouble, or what does that all look like?
I would get like anytime you log on, sometimes if you violated any of their terms of service, they would send you like a little, oh, this picture violated the terms, and it'll tell you why. But like I would get nudity or like harassment or bullying, you know, like when I'm just posting a picture of like a meme and me laughing, like how is this harassment or nudity? Like I've seen way worse.
Like people were just using that to report you for weed.
Yeah,
Right.
They were just using, instead of like drugs or whatever, they go to like the more harsher claims. And I think, I don't know what it is, but if there's bots to buy followers and bots to buy likes, I'm sure there's bots to report accounts. And I guess people don't like me, dude, and they're just out there to keep deleting my Instagram. But you know what? Can't delete me in real life, baby. We still out here.
At a mill for life.
The highest host. I mean, that's how we've got to, get into this. Like, you are the highest host because you are not only the highest, like, truly the highest as you smoke whatever that fucking blunt is.
It's just a blunt. I got a little salad jar. At Hall of Flowers, we got a lot of amazing samples.
Yes.
And sometimes the samples didn't come in jars.
Yeah.
So I'm always ready for, like, the handouts, where they're like, oh, look at this pheno. I just grew this. This is I crushed this, and there's only one room, and this is just one room with 4 lights and 2 tables, and this is the most amazing strain. I'm like, all right, cool. They're like, here, try a nug, and you just put your hand out, and they give you a nug. That goes in this jar. So this is like a salad of all those amazing jars. After I smoked them personally to get them by themselves, because I want to try it solo before I salad it up.
It's fucking great. So you're the highest host in that traditional sense of just actually being the highest, and you're also the highest in like the most authentic OG, head and shoulders above the rest, been doing it the longest, doing it the best, out there no matter who's coming at you or who's coming for you, telling the truth, all of that shit.
Listen.
I've known about you for a fucking long time.
Thank
like
you.
when I was with High Times a long ass time ago, I was watching you up on stage.
Yeah, I hosted some of their cannabis cups. I mean, it went from me being just like a one category host when I would like travel, because I would go with other brands and help them with their marketing and whatever it was. But shout out to Cali Connection. I would go and just do like one category, because I guess they discovered I kind of had a personality.
Kinda.
So I started with one category, and then it ended up coming to me co-hosting it with some celebrities, and then just hosting it all by myself, because I guess budget was in place. So we were making it happen. And as like, that's a stoner boner moment for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my stoner boner moments are like when I was like 13 or 14 years old, first started smoking weed, like all the things that would make me happy, like, being in High Times, or smoking with Chong, or having a weed strain named after you, or winning an award for your weed. Like, these are stoner boner moments, and I got to accomplish a lot of them just because I'm passionate about the cannabis and what it does. I mean, yes, it's a cool culture, it's a cool lifestyle, but I feel like the plant really does help us in our own ways, regardless of what we're dealing with. Like, it happens, and it's good for you. It's like vitamins. It's like preventative healthcare, dude.
I feel like we have to go back to the beginning.
I was just
going to
do this.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. We got to hear from the
13,
beginning.
14 years old.
Bar mitzvah.
Let's
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
You became a man with
I
a
became a
blunt in
man
the
that
mouth?
smoked weed. I'm like, I read out the Torah. Let's smoke out that graphics bong. Where's the plastic bong at?
It's real funny to picture your whole family lifting you on a chair and you have
then
a
me
bong.
with the big old rip. That'd be great. So I was born and raised in the Valley, 818, home of the OG. A lot of great weed has come from there. So I was exposed to it pretty young, and it just helped me, dude. I don't know what it was. It's like, you take your vitamins, you smoke your weed. It was I don't know if it was my ADD or just my anxiety or what it was, but anytime I felt like it was benefiting me more than just like being high and having fun and chilling with my homies. I just felt like there was something to cannabis, and I would just was studying it and reading. There wasn't a lot of literature back in like the late 1900s, early 2000s about the weed, and you couldn't even find a T-shirt with the weed leaf on it at the mall. It wasn't. It was like
even in like the not what are those
Spencer's
stores?
Gifts?
Spencer's
like
Gifts or
Hot
something
Topics,
like that.
Spencer.
Hot
Yeah, it
Topics,
wasn't in
yeah.
any of those. It was like super niche and shit. You'd have to go to like a festival and find somebody who has a screen printer and would make their own little weed shirts. But I mean, the culture was way different 20 plus years ago to now, and I was very fortunate enough at a young age to meet Jack Hare, the late great Jack Hare, and he kind of put some education in me about not only cannabis but hemp, and how if you've read his book Emperor Wears No Clothes or familiar with his activism, like there's more to cannabis than just the culture, and the government's the one that made it illegal, and it's they use it and for wars and for health and for growing and all that. So just educating people on cannabis was what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to be like a boring ass like activist and like be monotone and talk about all the political shit, because no one really cares about that. I just wanted to highlight the lifestyle, the culture of it, and just kind of edutain people. Like, we could drop knowledge, but do it in a way that people are excited about it. So, like, in 2009, I started a podcast called The Podcast,
which is earlier than everybody.
It was like the first year.
It was the first podcast.
Yeah, so I worked in radio. Here, we'll go a little bit back. So I worked in radio from like 2001 to like 2009 for CBS Radio, 97.1. It was an FM talk station. They had like Howard Stern in the morning. They had Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, Tom Likas, Tim Conway Jr. And I started as like a street team, like brand ambassador. I was like on promotions.
Cool.
So I was talking with the salespeople about their clients and what they were advertising and what they would expect. And I would pull up to the events and talk to the actual clients and what they would expect. So I kind of got from both ends of what they expected from our point. I'd go to the parking lots and give out stickers, or go to bars and promote like the local Raider games or whatever it was.
So you're getting your live hosting chops early
What?
from like unexpected ways.
Just organically, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this was, I just had a passion for weed. Everyone knew I was like a station stoner. Like, I would come to work, give all the personalities weed. I'd go to the bosses and hook them up because I was... well, because I was always smoking weed, dude. I had a good connect to weed at a young age, and I knew there was more to weed. I started bud tending in 2009 as well. So I started podcasting and bud tending, and just wanted to like educate people on cannabis and lifestyle. And we're not all lazy ass fucking losers who sit on the couch and play video games and eat. Even though I love playing video games and I love eating, I feel like, a lot of us are creative, and a lot of us have a passion and drive, and we're motivated to make shit. So I just wanted to like break that stereotype as a basic stoner dude, a delicate dude from the valley who just can turn a passion into a paycheck.
It was wild to just walk with you around Hall of Flowers for a minute and just have you kind of like, do your thing and, talk to people, but also just pick up all the good samples. And like, people are so excited to talk to you about everything. I want to know.
I'm just a real smoker. That's why. Like, I don't say yes to everything. Like, you look at my DMs, I got Delta 8 opportunities. I got all these fucking bullshit ass distillate card opportunities, but like, that's not who I am. That's not what I consume, and I don't feel like just promoting it just for the money. Like, I want to stay true to my brand,
right,
and be true to who I am, and just promote and advertise things that I smoke with regularly.
And that's longevity right there, right? Like, that's always going to last because people are always going to know who you are, that you know what's up. Like, you must have seen so many brands and people come and go.
Yes. I mean,
right?
The bottom line is, it's all for money. Everything we do. I learned that in radio. Like, radio is just a big ass commercial. You just got to keep people tuned in for the advertisers.
That's why like top 40 hits are so successful, is because they're just playing the bangers we already know and then sell ads against it.
Yeah. This is brought to you by this car dealership, or this next set of songs is brought to you by this insurance company, and that's how they kind of just brainwash you with all that shit.
Yeah, so Taylor Swift is a commercial for commercials.
What? She's a clone, isn't she?
I don't know. You tell me.
Lizard person.
Don't they all become clones?
I want to clone myself. Of course I want to be successful enough and feel important enough that I need more.
But they're
going
to get rid of you and make a fake you, and then you're gone. The essence of who you are is gone, and it's just... It's like Pootie Tang.
I know.
How many copies of Pootie Tang did they make that? And then it became like Elvis.
A lot.
Look at Elvis.
As long as I don't short circuit as much as Al Roker, because I've seen the compilations of him short circuiting. Have you ever seen him?
What are you talking about? I'm so lost.
Oh, Al Roker short circuits on camera a lot, and they're claiming that he's a clone.
There's been a lot of celebrities that kind of do that little like malfunction, and then they just kind of restart. You see them restart, and then they just go back on script.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do a thing every Sunday on Twitch called Sunday Service Sesh at Temp Ill, and we go through like conspiracies and we watch videos and we just dive deep into these like weird rabbit holes.
Al Roker is a good one.
All right.
Just saying. Al
Wow.
Toker? Come on. It's all right there.
The weatherman, right? That's been on TV for like my whole life.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an amazing guy. Met him. Very nice. Don't know if he was a clone, though. Didn't have fingerprints. There was something there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why he lost all the weight? They gave him a dramatic new look because...
And now he blinks sideways.
Ooh. Maybe I'm a clone right now.
Woo.
Dude, that's so cool of you.
Oh, yeah.
I wanna to dive more into like what you've seen come and go in your time on the fucking cannabis scene, because it's an overview that not many people have. I mean, there are very few, like maybe some of my colleagues from High Times, like Danko, or folks like that have the long view of what the fuck has happened.
Right.
But so many people are showing up now going like, I've been in the game for 3 years and that makes me an OG, which is something that I heard a woman say when I was at an event, and my face melted off. So I just want to hear about like the comings and goings of what you've seen and what you think is coming next. Like,
so like a lot of those characters I've seen, like those weed personality characters that try to come and be this like persona, and you'll just like they like try to ride it, and then all of a sudden they realize they look like clown shoes, and it's just disappears. And that's something that I see a lot with this industry. I say industry now because it used to be a community. We used to call it a cannabis community, and everyone was here for the same shit. We all wanted like the same. We would share strains with each other. We would like invite each other over to hang out, talk about ideas. And then once it became legal, I felt like everyone got these egos and everyone's an expert all of a sudden. Oh, this is proprietary. I can't share this with you. This is my shit. You can't. And then all of a sudden their room floods and all their genetics die and they didn't share it, and now they're all fucking, that's that karma, dude. But anyways, so you see all these people come through, and then like, so it went from a community to an industry, and now I feel like it's a circus because we got so many clowns in here that are just trying to prove who they are and just white label shit and say that they're original and they're the only ones that have it, but you're sourcing your product from the same farm that 15 other brands are sourcing. So like, it's just hard to see, there's not a lot of originality anymore in this thing, and it's just kind of getting watered down with all these culture vultures pulling through in the space, and it's inevitable. I mean, it's happening.
But they're not going to last, right? Like, how many of them are going to make it through year one?
Well, a lot of them come and go. We've seen that. Like, a lot of these big like brands that have like hundreds of millions of dollars. That's the brand I was thinking of right away. Yeah. Hundreds of millions of dollars, and then they're just not in tune with the culture. They don't it's just, I feel like those that know the culture and understand the history of cannabis and what we've gone through, and like that's why what's that Farmer and the Felon, like they are reaching into the grassroots, and like 40 tons, and like these other brands that have been through the traditional market or the legacy market or whatever term they use in these days. Like,
right.
Though I feel like the ones that started in the traditional side and were able to go to the compliance side understand the struggle, because we used to care about what the weed looked like. Like, there was no fancy marketing or packaging. We didn't care about a fucking Mylar bag with a cool pop culture reference. Like, it was what's in your Ziploc bag, what's in your little gram bag, which parking lot am I meeting you at, and is it fucking good? And that's how, like, the growers and the dealers would get their rep, is by the product they put out. Now it's based on who you could collab with and white label and put boof in a bag and sell it for $80 an eighth.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about that outside. Well said, Adam Hill, because what we were saying outside, because we're talking about the Hall of Flowers Hall and everything, and I was like, was there anything you were excited about? And you said, if I can speak for you, and we'll cut this out if you want me to, but you were like, I just miss like an OG strain that's green.
I miss green weed.
Green weed. Yeah.
I want to make green weed great again. Like,
can you say more about that for all of us?
So, like, right now there's so much purples and candies and desserts, and everyone's just flooding the market with these exotics, which aren't really exotics anymore, because exotic to me is something that's rare and you don't find it as often. But like, all these exotic strains are in every fucking corner store now. Where's all my green? I need my amazing sativas back. Like, please bring back my sativas. Let me get some hazes back on the market. Please, let me get some Bubba. Let me get some OGs. You can't even find OGs anymore. No one wants to grow them anymore because they're not the best. They're not the easiest to grow. They're real finicky, but they're the fucking most flavorful. And everyone just wants bag appeal now. They don't care about quality. They care about what's on the bag, not what's in the bag. And we need to change that shit. Vote for me, next cannabis president. I'm making green weed great again.
All right, who's your cabinet? Let's do this.
Let's go.
Let's do. I want to hear it. Your president. Who's your VP?
Your VP.
No way, man.
We're making it happen. You guys are both on my cabinet.
I want to be in it, but I don't want.
I would be your press secretary.
Okay.
I would be your Jen Psaki, because she's fucking badass.
Yeah.
And she's like, running shit up there
my
right now. as far as I'm concerned. I really like
loves
her.
her too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't thought about this. This is kind of tough.
Yeah, you got to build your cabinet.
Who's your
you're-
VP,
yeah,
man?
you've only got a few years before you're running.
Who's my running mate?
Yeah.
Or who? Fuck, who would it be, dude?
I must say you're already a great candidate though, because you immediately nominated me, and I was like, he's a great
Yeah,
politician.
Oh man, yes. Oh,
Both of you guys on the counter. Let's go.
Hella
What
diplomatic.
position do you want? I got you. I'm here for the
man.
people.
I'm trying to think of who I know who has a baby that you can kiss. Like, I'm here for
Yeah.
it. Let's go.
We gotta stay away from that these days.
Oh yeah, no baby
yeah.
kissing. That's
Don't
a
kiss
good
a
point.
baby.
Unless they're like family.
Oh man, yeah. Oh wow, yeah. If we want to do any mudslinging, we get someone else to kiss a baby, and then we
Yeah.
put that on the cover of page 6.
Ooh,
Doesn't
let 'em
care
know.
about COVID.
Kissed a baby. Terrible
know.
person. This is a great place to talk about Misters and Marys with Laganja, because I feel like
Love it.
Yeah, it's such a great. It's a show. We'll say a little bit about the show because it's just so fucking.
No,
fun.
yes, please.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
want- okay,
yeah.
Misters and Marys, another show I do on Twitch. It's this format that we conceptualize. It's Laganja Stranja, who's this amazing female impersonator.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, she's one of my. Oh wait, she's been on here.
Female illusionist.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Illusionist.
a couple times.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
because I know she just came out recently again.
Yes.
So
She's trans. She is a female illusionist as well, and
and a great choreographer.
Yes,
And an amazing dancer.
yes, and was on
And
RuPaul's
performer,
Drag Race.
yes. She was on season 6, and she was so iconic on that season that they brought her back for an assassin on All Stars, and she fucking gave the best performance ever that they're still talking
Her
about.
dip
it.
went viral.
Yeah,
It was trending on every
100%.
platform.
Yeah, so-
Crazy entrance.
So we do a show every Monday called Misters and well, not anymore because she's blowing up and traveling the world. But when she got time, I love you, Jay. We do Misters and Marys. It's basically the cannabis culture and the queer community, and we come together and we have different segments on the show, like a brofabulary, which is basically, I would say, a term in the cannabis space that isn't really common, and then she would use a slang term, and then we would have to guess what the words are and use them in sentences.
Fun.
So that's a good one that we do. We also do a segment called Weed or Queen, where I will say a name, and you got to guess if it's a weed strain or a drag queen,
Fucking fun.
because they're so common. We also do a weed cap where we just talk about our life, and we end it with a TikTok, where it's basically a TikTok dance that we have chat pick a song, and then Laganja will choreograph it on the spot, and then I will learn it, and we will record it and dance it while I'm super high.
And you're really good at it, may I
No,
add.
stop it,
It's
stop
you
it.
actually
Stop.
fucking are.
Because you commit.
Yeah.
You're not there to be like, ha, I'm funny doing this. Yeah, you commit to
and
that shit.
again, you learn the choreography, which is fucking
Yeah,
impressive.
now I'm a great dancer. Like, I'll be pulling up to the fucking bar mitzvahs like, let's go. Everybody have fun tonight.
And I was going to say that was a great place where I watched you in the comments on Instagram. Like anyone having anything to say that was even remotely negative, and you were like, "Hi, fuck you, you're stupid," and go away. And
Yeah,
it was just
kind of like that.
Yeah.
But not
It's
as
great.
blatant, but yes.
well, funnier than that. But with,
It's just annoying.
with the power of
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
just said.
I mean, I comment back to the positive comments as well, but
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people love to pay more attention to negativity these days, which is
Yeah.
kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where people kind of get off more. So I just respond to everybody. And, if you're an asshole, I'll let you know.
So how do you personally feel about TikTok?
They hate weed, so I don't fuck with it. And the crowd is really young, so they're not really my audience. I mean, in the future, they could be my audience, but it's just not something I want to really change my whole format for because of an app and they're anti
Right.
whatever.
Meanwhile, something like Twitch, all good.
As long as you're in a legal state, you're not violating any of the terms of service, then Twitch is all about it.
I think that's
And
great
Twitch
for
is
all our
owned by
listeners to know.
Amazon, so fucking let's
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up, dude? I'm ready. Highest shopping network, pick that shit up.
I know it. Come on, Jeff Bezos. Is that pretty good?
He's
That's
he's
fun.
all for cannabis now, isn't he? Trying to push for
Oh, he's gonna corner it right away.
and trying to deliver on that shit.
it's horrifying.
What's up, dog? You need a spokesperson? What do you mean it's horrifying? Let's cash in on it. It's inevitable.
Yeah, do you oscillate back and forth between that? Because we go back and forth between making a bag and having fucking morals and a code, like a value code.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't, like I said, I don't really fuck with things I wouldn't consume in my regular life.
Yeah, but if Bezos came up to you and was like, "Let's go talk on my yacht about
Listen, I
weed
will
and Amazon,"
entertain it, and it is the future. And if it's fair, and it's not if he eliminates tax from fucking California Cannabis if you order through them. Like, what? Okay, like that's a positive. What is it, like 32% right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Like what? Like you go and buy a $30 eighth, you're walking out spending $60. Like lick a dick.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
what?
I like that. So you would come with like your own demands. You would have your
Yeah.
own list of demands.
Like,
for-
look, you
for
want to
Jeff.
work together. This is kind of what we got to do.
Yeah. We gotta let people out of prison. We gotta fucking get this tax down.
You want me on your team, dog? This is it.
I like that a lot. Because I think a lot of people would meet someone like him and just be like, whatever you want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Exactly.
I think that's, kind of, I am my own person. I think, that's why I don't have a bunch of Delta 8 products and a bunch of distillate carts and, don't really work with a lot of people because I'm not a yes man.
But you do have weed.
Yes, I do. I got a couple strains out there.
Let's hear about them.
So I got the award-winning LOG with LA Kush, which has been amazing. It won a High Times Award, and it's a very popular OG when it's available at LA Kush. I also got the Lit Ills, which is with 3C Farms, another amazing company that went from traditional to compliant and made the whole transition.
In
And,
downtown LA, right?
They have one in
Local?
downtown LA and Canoga Park. The downtown LA one's going to be amazing when they open it up in the Arts District. It's actually opening up in the first art gallery in LA. That's where they're just.
You're the soldier boy of cannabis, eh?
You stop it, dude! Stop it. And so the Lit Ills is just basically a blend of the smalls that they have of all their flavors. I have a sativa blend and an indica blend, and they're littles. We just call them Lit Ills because me and my ill terminology. Yes, dude.
And also, you have like cannabis adjacent products.
I do.
What are they called? Ancillary products?
I do. I got merch. I got shirts. highesthost.com. AdamIll.com has the most, but highesthost.com is my shirts. And then I got alcohol.
Yes, that's what I wanted to
That's
hear you
fucking
say.
great.
I think it's so fucking funny and great and cool. And during the whole fucking pandemic, it was so smart because everyone was like trying to sanitize, and you were like, "I got you."
So I was very fortunate enough to source some 99% isopropyl alcohol, basic rubbing alcohol. And, if you smoke weed and you have glass and you like to clean your glass, or if you make hash, you like to clean it, or if you just are germs and you don't want those and you just want to clean shit, you use, like, alcohol is the main ingredient in it. So I just changed it to alcohol. And I said 99% ISO, 1% clout. And first I sourced, like, a drum and I just hooked up my friends and family. And it was just, like, Avery printed template stickers that I just made, random bullshit. And then that shit sold out real quick. Did another one, did a curbside pickup at Dab Nation in downtown in the middle of the pandemic. Full glove, mask, everything, you can't come in. Sold like 80 gallons.
Brilliant.
In like an hour.
Yeah.
Just did that. And then I went to get some more. And then the manufacturing company was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing with all this alcohol? What do you mean, dog?
Dissolving bodies. Mind
I'm
your
selling
business.
it. Like, what? They're like, how? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm out here filling up. Like, if you watched some of my earlier streams on Twitch, because I started Twitch during quarantine, you can look in my stream room and there's boxes behind me and just bottles of alcohol. And I'm sitting there smoking dabs and lighting shit, using open flames while there's a fucking 800 gallons of alcohol in a room. I'm like, what? Now that I look back at it, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? It was so crazy. Oof. But so I talked to them and they were like, look, why don't we just help you bottle it and label it and we could do everything and ship it and you just fucking do what you do. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
hold on.
Awesome.
He's like, yeah, it'll just be, this much more money, but you don't have to do all of this shit. You don't have to ship it. You don't have to package it. You don't have to put the labels. Because I was putting the stickers on each motherfucking bottle, dude. And sometimes I would have to, we were white labeling this shit, so I would take off the other label and put my fucking label on. I'm real. I don't give a fuck. But so this is what I was doing, and we just made a compliant label. I got all the fucking regulations on it, the right syllables. I wrote the proper fucking description. And now I'm in like 12 states regularly at like certain like smoke shops, dispensaries, just people's houses, labs, hash labs, use it to clean their fucking machines.
Yeah.
Bro, what? I'm trying to get into Walmart. Like, there's no branded alcohol out there. Like, all the glass cleaner is like, you know, it's like this orange stuff that has some fragrances in it and it leaves a little thing, or it's like has these granulated, it's like this blue granulated product. And these days dabbers have pearls and carb caps and bangers, and they're not trying to clean that shit with like infused natural. Like they want to clean that shit. Leave me a good bath. So I'm just out here trying to provide a product that we don't have in this space yet and brand it for our culture, dude. Keep it alive. Put this little mug on it.
Yes.
The fucking mug. And it's so recognizable. And it's such a cool success story that, like, out of the left field. You're like, what are you talking about?
Adjusting and adapting to situations.
Man, how do we all get to a place where everything is good?
Well, thank you for the shout out, by the way, on the panel, too. At Hall of Flowers.
It was such a relief, honestly. I was doing that panel about earned versus paid media at Hall of Flowers, which is this B2B conference, and everything feels weird and sterile and like talking pointy and agenda-y and all that stuff. And we were talking about just like being, you know, how to get attention. And your face came in the back door because you were like leaning in from smoking. Yeah. And I was like, talk to that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking knows what's up. He knows how to like sound and look like someone you want to work with or write about or pay attention to. Like, it's just fucking, I was so glad to see you. So much of what they're saying is exactly what you're saying, but when you use the word edutainment, like, I think that's what Mike and I hope for with this podcast, is that we have a fucking great time and also maybe find out something ourselves that we share with people, or I don't know, learn things.
You gotta trick people into caring.
It's fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
That said, what was the question that you were asking?
Dreams. I got a couple shows that I like to do. Like, you're from Mr. and Mary's. I do the Highest Shopping Network, which is like a parody of the late 1900 infomercials of someone yelling at you, telling you about products, showing you dramatizations, like making these scenarios up and selling. I don't know if you guys have seen the show, but it's something that I'm really proud of that I do. I have a show called Hijinks, which is like a ridiculousness type show, but with cannabis videos instead of whatever videos. And so like my goal is just kind of doing a like well-produced variety show on like network TV or like a streaming app or something. Like, I just want a show that embraces the culture and our community and just does a good representation with, you know, comedy, entertainment, education, knowledge, just documentaries, whatever it is. But from, you know, for us, by us, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of content out there that is on the mainstream that it's cool that they're including cannabis and that they're showcasing it and kind of making it more regular and accepted, but it doesn't really show who we truly are and like the real history of cannabis and how it became legal. Like a lot of people should pay more respect to the queer community in the space because they're the ones that help push for legalization. And I don't think a lot of these people understand that. And I think we need to give a lot more respect, like 100% more respect to the growers, because I don't think they get enough. And without the growers, none of us would be here doing this. None of us will be smoking weed. None of us will be having shows about cannabis, fashion lines, shops, whatever the fuck, growing, driving, trimming, fucking whatever occupation comes with cannabis. So I think growers deserve a lot more respect. And if it's one plant or 100 plants, your indoor, outdoor, mountainside, warehouse, whatever the fuck you're growing, like, I appreciate you and thank you. And I feel like they need a lot more recognition.
100%.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You are an OS, meaning original stoner, to so many people. And it's not because of like an age or a date or anything like that. It's about how young of a space cannabis truly is compared to so many other things. So when you see new content creators or new people coming up who are like, dude, like, you were the first person I ever watched and all that stuff, like how does that feel? What do you think about like these like new generations coming through and trying to make stuff? Like, what are you seeing? What are you excited about? How does it all feel for you?
So that has happened a couple times where someone was like, bro, I've been watching you since I was 13. I'm 25 now. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing watching me at 13? Like, what? Please, what are you doing? But I mean, it makes one. I do feel like that guy now, that old dude. Like, damn, I'm that guy right now.
Oh, because you don't stop. You just grow and grow and grow.
Like, yeah, I'm just living my life. But like when I was 15, Like 50 was like old. I was like Golden Girls was like 50. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
now 50 is like J-Lo.
Right.
So it's like it's changed so much. So them saying that like just kind of makes me realize how long I've been doing it and how original I need to stay, because now there's so many people coming up, because now people want to be YouTubers and they want to be TikTokers, they want to be like content creators, and we didn't have that growing up. Like, what the fuck was that? Like,
Yeah.
you want to be a content creator, that means you want to be a director or you want to be a producer. You don't want to be a fucking cell phone video maker. But it's like a whole new path. So I'm cool with it because it's something, it's a new avenue. But as long as you're original, I mean, because it's easy to do like a review video or a fucking how-to video. But
Yes.
like, how are you going to step up that content? Like, there's a million of you guys out there. Like, just be original with your content and be consistent. Because, you know, if you just make one video and stop, don't think like you're going to be viral. Look, I've been doing this for 20 plus years and I still ain't shit.
You've gone viral a couple of times.
There's a couple of times here and there, but I've also had like 12 Instagram accounts and like a couple of YouTube accounts. And
Sure.
like even Facebook took away my account and all this shit. So it was just like I've had so many obstacles, and I doing it just by myself. Like I don't have like a publicist or like an agent or a manager. It's just me and my lady that just kind of handle whatever the fuck it is I do. So like there's no like email blasts and like all these sending out these press releases on all these projects I do. I'm just passionate about just normalizing cannabis and
Yeah.
just making it not be such a negative fucking thing that people think. And I think just creating this original content and just staying higher than everyone just makes it makes it me the highest host, baby.
Yeah.
And I am Adam Hill and I'm running for president.
Stay high 2024.
This will be the signal of again.
That's so great.
Off the lips, drop the wrists, like smokes and dabs.
Yes.
Oh man.
Will you come back?
What?
Let's do it.
Sweet.
What's your new Instagram handle? Where can everyone find you at all of the things?
Yes, highest host Adam Ill is it for now.
Okay.
Highest host is on Twitch, and Adam Ill is the name. So, and you go to adamill.com, highesthost.com, gettinghighwith.com, whatever.
Do you have a Twitch schedule?
Yes, daily.
Daily.
Yeah.
What time? What's your day?
Whenever
4:20?
I decide to go on.
Okay, bet. So just follow your Twitch.
You just follow the Twitch.
Yeah.
Get that notification and then come get high with us. And one of my favorite things to do now is Google Earth. You guys ever fuck with Google Earth?
Love that shit.
So I'll go on Google Earth, and if I'm not guessing where my viewers live, like they'll tell me a city, and I'll just find it randomly in the globe, and I'll pick a random street, and I've been lucky where I've like landed on the street of some of my viewers. like,
What?
like I would show someone, they would take a picture of that and put it in my Discord, and be like, "Bro, you fuck." I'm like, "I'm going to buy a lottery ticket right now." And then there's
amazing.
other moments where I just travel to places that I would never have gone to. And
Nice.
find smoke spots. I'm like, oh, I'd smoke weed here, and then we would roll up a blunt and just smoke while looking at wherever we are in the world. And I found one of my favorite islands, dude.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I found the real Happy Feet. Remember Happy Feet, the movie, the Penguin movie?
Yes.
I found out where that is happening in real life. And I found it on Google Earth, dude. Real fucking penguins just chilling on the fucking cliff of a mountain in the water. It's amazing. Yes, that's how I feel.
Wow.
I'm there daily. I always pull up to it like, there my boys are. What's up, posse?
That's fucking awesome.
awesome,
Oh,
dude.
we can go slide on our belly on the ice. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Cool. Thank you for hanging with us.
What? No, thanks for having me. It's an honor, dude. Appreciate you guys.
It's a fucking delight. I do hope you'll come back. Because
Yes,
this
whenever
has
you
been
guys are ready.
Great. Follow us at Weed and Grub on Instagram.
Oh yeah, it's WG at Weed and Grub is our email. Leave us a 5-star review. Anything else?
Send hopes and prayers for Bobo. He's rustling around that bag like he might need help.
You're just licking.
And shout out to you, dude. Thanks for hanging with us.
No, thank you guys, dude. Appreciate it. And let's get higher.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.